Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for week 7 of our Stay Healthy at Home webinar series. Today's topic will be step-by-step small changes that will lead you to a healthier life. My name is Kelly Mulvaney, and I am a Training and Technical Assistance Coordinator for the ARC of New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project. NJSAP has been a division-funded program of the ARC of New Jersey since 1983. NJSAP supports the state's largest network of individual self-advocates and self-advocacy groups. New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project provides comprehensive training and resources to self-advocates, direct support professionals, and agency personnel. We have partnered with the Healthy Lifestyles Project, which is a program teaching students and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities about living a healthy life. Throughout the webinar, you can place any questions or comments you may have in the question box that you see here on the screen. I may prompt you to give feedback or share experiences during the webinar, and this is where you can put any of this information. Today, we will talk about practical changes that you can make, tips to start some good habits, healthy hacks, and ways to adjust your wellness routine, and some exercise inspiration. But first, let's talk about how changes take time. Of course, all of the tips and tricks will sound great and doable, but we need to have patience because it can be hard to make big changes at once. Let's start small by picking a few of the things we go over today or ideas of our own to put them into place within the next week. Just taking it easy and not putting too much pressure on ourselves right now. We're all living in a time where things are very unsure, and so it's okay to be easier on yourself right now, but we do still want to hold ourselves accountable. So set yourself up for success by making your goals small, attainable, measurable, and practical. We want to make sure that we are able to meet these goals we make for ourselves. We want to try to let go of any vague goals like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, and start taking on small, manageable steps that may aid in losing weight. We want to reach for goals that will improve our daily lives. Consistency is key right now. It would be beneficial to stay consistent and maintain schedules right now when so much is unknown. Focus your energy on something that is helpful and healthy. New behaviors take about 3 weeks to become a habit, so be patient with yourself and keep making small achievements along the way. And finally, get ready to celebrate. Celebration is very important for staying motivated. You don't even have to wait until the goal is completely finished to celebrate. Celebration can happen when the goal is first started or when a small achievement happens along the way. So allow room to celebrate and notice your accomplishments. So we'll start by easing the mind. Try to wake up an hour or so earlier than you normally do to get some movement in. Many times when we wake up, our bodies are still stiff and need to get stretched. Exercising in the morning has many benefits. It wakes our body up so that you feel ready to handle the day. Starting your day off like this tends to make you more productive and allows you to make healthy choices. You are more likely to prepare a well-balanced meal for yourself if you wake up early to get your body moving. It will also help you to establish a routine, which can be difficult for some of us right now. If anyone is finding it hard to stick with a routine, try waking up to exercise and see how it can impact the rest of your day. It also can help with sleeping. If you feel restless when it comes time to sleep, it may be because you have not released energy throughout the day. When we work out, we use energy and our bodies become more tired at night because our body is telling us that we need rest. Rest is extremely important for a good recovery after a workout. Try picking up a book that you have been wanting to start or finish, or a magazine that you have been waiting to read, even an article that you've been wanting to learn more about. Take some time out of your day to do some reading. It does great things for your brain like reduce stress, enhance mental stimulation, increase knowledge, improve your memory, focus, and concentration, and it can give you some peace. Most people like to find a quiet, comfortable place to read, and this can be a very peaceful environment for some people. Just finding ways to settle in, finding comfort, and experience some reading. Practicing gratitude is a wonderful way to become more appreciative of what you have around you. There are good things going on around each one of us every day. Some days it might feel hard to see the good things, and other days you might find beauty in many things that you do. Try to notice the good things in your life and appreciate them. Savor the feeling of gratitude you feel and pay attention to how it feels. Practicing gratitude opens the door to more meaningful relationships. Acknowledging someone and appreciating them can go a long way, and acknowledging and appreciating yourself can go a long way too. Gratitude can improve physical and sociological health and well-being. People who practice gratitude are more likely to take care of themselves. It reduces toxic emotion and thoughts while increasing happiness. You can express your gratitude by writing it down or telling it to someone. I encourage you to write it down. You don't need anything fancy, just a piece of paper or a writing utensil. Write down a few things that you are grateful for. This may change the way you're thinking, and you may notice that you are appreciating the little things much more than you did before. If this interests you, the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project team has created a gratitude journal, and I will reference this at the end of the presentation for everyone. And just starting here, you can start by filling in some of the prompts that it gives you, and you'll be on your way to keeping a gratitude journal. When one practices meditation, a lot of the focus is on your breathing. The intention of meditation is to focus on one thing and to redirect thoughts. If this sounds challenging for you, don't let it be the reason that you don't sit down or try it. You never know how it could help you. Meditation is a practice, and some days will feel better than others. Some days you might be able to sit for 30 minutes, and maybe some days you'll only be able to sit for 5 minutes. Whatever you can do, be grateful that you took the time to do it. Meditation reduces stress and can help control anxiety. It can also promote emotional health and enhance self-awareness. It can lengthen attention span and may reduce age-related memory loss. It can also generate kindness and improve sleep. Most times people view meditation as sitting down somewhere alone and quiet, but meditation does not have to be like that all the time. You can get people who you live with involved and do this in a place that suits you best. You can do it standing up or walking around. Some people even say that drawing, painting, cooking, or walking can be meditative. So don't always worry about finding a quiet spot. Meditation can simply be done anywhere, just focusing on the sounds around you. And if you are interested in this, you can tune in to our social media pages to learn more about different ways to meditate. We do meditation videos every Monday. So now I just have a quick question for everyone. I'm going to send out a poll, and this poll is just going to ask you how much sleep you get per night. So just try to answer to the best of your ability. If you don't track your sleep, just try to remember what time you may have fallen asleep, what time you may have waken up, and just see get an idea of how many hours of sleep we're getting. Awesome. So I'm going to share the results with you guys. It looks like most of us are getting less sleep than we should. So 72% of people said that they are getting 7 hours or less. And for some people, 7 hours or less might work. However, if you want to maintain healthy lifestyle and healthy sleeping patterns, it's important to shoot for 7 to 9 hours, which it looks like only 28% of us are getting. So I just wanted to do this poll as a way to show you how many people aren't getting the right amount of sleep and how important it is to do this. Sleep has many, many benefits. I'm sure a lot of people know about them already, and we'll go over them soon. And then no one is getting 9 or more hours of sleep, which is a good thing. Too much sleep can also be not good. So we want to get just the right amount. So getting the right amount of sleep has a huge impact on your day and possibly the days ahead. When we are well rested, we feel more upbeat and ready to handle the day. When we don't get enough sleep, we tend to have more mood swings, we're less patient, we feel more fatigued, and maybe even irritable. If this becomes a habit, we will not only have the clarity to live life as we should be, but we're going to be sick more often, we're going to be a little bit more stressed. Getting 7 to 8 hours per night is important for your body because it needs rest, and sleeping more will help us stay healthy, getting sick less, it will reduce stress, it will increase our mood and allow us to think with clarity and make much better decisions. So the next place that you can make practical changes is in the kitchen. So let's look over ways we can make healthier habits in the kitchen. So trying to drink less coffee. And this one can be tough for some folks. So drinking less coffee so that you're not relying on caffeine to get you through the day. A lot of people like and feel like they need their coffee in the morning so that they can jumpstart their day. Start by considering drinking your coffee with non-fat or low-fat milk or any other non-dairy alternatives. Extra cream and milk will add on fats and calories to your daily intake. And if you're a big coffee drinker, this could really add up. So consider having only 1 cup in the morning. If you're used to having 2 cups, maybe be mindful of the way that your body and mind feels after your first cup. Are you already awake? Do you already feel good? Try to let the first cup of coffee work before you give yourself another one. If you drink a second or third cup in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, try taking a short nap instead. Our bodies tell us exactly what it needs, and it's a lot better to listen to our body than to give it more caffeine. If we are tired, we may just need a quick nap. Napping can be a great way to improve your mood, performance, and memory. It can help you relax and reduce your fatigue. Naps should be short, only about 10 to 20 minutes. The longer you nap, the more groggy you may feel. It's also important to make sure that you're not napping too late in the day. Napping past 3 p.m. can interfere with your nighttime sleep and cause you to not feel rested. So we don't want to cut into our nighttime sleep hours, and we want to make sure that we don't wake up feeling groggy. And a 10 to 20 minute nap at first sounds like it wouldn't be too restful, but in fact, it actually gives you the perfect amount of rest so that you don't start feeling too tired. Napping isn't for everyone, and some folks may feel groggy no matter how long they nap for, and even napping earlier in the day could still interfere with their nighttime sleep. If you experience this, it may be best to get some more nighttime sleep instead of trying to nap. So maybe trying to go to bed an hour earlier or stay sleeping for an hour later. Consider a nap when you are experiencing fatigue and unexpected sleepiness, when you may experience sleep loss, like if you're going to work a long shift or you know you're going to be up for longer than you normally are. And start to make naps a routine part of your day. So I just recommend to talk to your doctor about if napping is right for you and the medications that you may be taking. Sometimes sleep can play different roles in your health and your medications depending on what you take. So just talk to your doctor about that. And this is something interesting that I like to share. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. An apple does not have caffeine in it, but it does have 13 grams of sugar, of natural sugar, which provokes a similar response like caffeine does. Only this is slowly releasing, so it's going to leave you feeling more awake for a longer period of time. You won't have jolts or mood swings or anxiety or jitters with an apple that you may experience if you drink coffee. And apples contain high amounts of vitamins, phytonutrients, antioxidants, and fiber, which will help the body keep going whether you have it for breakfast or for a pre-workout meal. Try waiting 10 minutes after each meal to get more food. Sometimes we eat too quickly that our stomach needs to play catch up. It takes about 20 minutes from the time you start eating for your brain to send out signals of fullness. Taking your time while you eat results in feeling full sooner and eating less calories. A good rule of thumb is to wait about 5 minutes before you go back for seconds. And if you still do not feel full after a whole meal, wait 20 minutes to see if you need a small post-meal snack. Not only does eating slower and more mindfully help you to eat less, it can also enhance your dining experience. If you gather with your friends or your family at dinner time, eating slower and with more mindfulness will help make each dinner connection better. It'll help everyone enjoy their time at the dinner table, and the conversations at the dinner table are always great, so we want to savor that and make them last a little bit longer. Drinking more water. So drinking enough water is very important to leading a healthy lifestyle. Many people can go about their days drinking water or not drinking any water until it's time to eat. But we don't just need water to help us get our food down. We need it to wake our bodies up. We need it to help us stay hydrated. We should be drinking half of our body weight in ounces. So for example, if you weigh 140 pounds, you should be drinking 70 ounces of water per day. Water will help us stay fuller longer, and it can also help curb cravings. Many times when we feel hungry, it's just our body telling us that it needs water. We need to stay hydrated for everything in our systems to work at its best ability. Water may make you have to use the bathroom more, but doing this releases toxins in your body. Water intake can also depend on your lifestyle, and studies show that men need more water than women. And if you're exercising, drinking enough water is very important for our bodies during the workout and after in the recovery. If you're outside on a hot day, you will need more water than usual to stay hydrated. If you're not drinking enough water, it will leave you dehydrated, which could cause dizziness, confusion, and even seizures. Be sure to make your doctors aware of any medications that could affect your fluid intake. So how dehydrated are you? Use this fun color tool to help you determine how hydrated you are. If your urine looks like a deep yellow, like at the bottom, you may be seriously dehydrated. So trying to drink some fluids fast, whether it's water or any kind of fluid that you have. If it's bright yellow, you may be moderately hydrated, but it's important to continue to drink your fluids here. And if your urine is almost clear, you may be very well hydrated, and keep it up. Staying hydrated not only helps your mind function better, but it helps regulate our body temperatures, keeps our joints lubricated, and delivers nutrients to the cells. It also keeps our organs functioning properly. So next time you go to the bathroom, take a look at what's in the bowl and see if your color matches up with what's on here. And then you can assess there whether you need to drink some more water or if you just need to continue what you're doing throughout the day, just making sure we're hydrated enough. And if water bores you, you would like more flavor, try adding different fruits to your water. So lemon provides a great added flavor and a source of vitamin C. It also promotes hydration and aids in digestion. Try adding a lime or an orange as well. I like to add lemon and cucumber in mine, and I also like blueberry and mint. You can get creative with fruits and veggies and herbs to spice up your water. And doing this will encourage you to drink more water, which we learned how important that is. If you are someone who loves soda because of the carbonation, no need to fret because seltzer water is another delicious way to infuse fruit. It's great to stay hydrated while having some flavor and bubble. If that's what you like about soda. Infuse your fruit in your seltzer and you will continue to stay hydrated. And even adding a little bit of juice into seltzer water could quench your thirst for some soda. So try doing that next time you want some soda, maybe add some juice into seltzer water, or even try using lemon and lime and seltzer water to mock a Sprite. If you're someone who enjoys having flavored beverages, sodas, energy drinks, or juices, you may be drinking a lot of your calories. These yummy drinks add a lot of calories and sugar to our day's intake. Adding sugar will make you feel less full and more sluggish. So be sure that your fruit juices are 100% juice with no added sweeteners. Instead, try fruit and herb infused water or seltzer. You can also try coconut water or flavored teas. And the great thing about flavored teas is you can serve them warm, or you can serve them cold or over ice. Very versatile. If your food or candy or baked goods or your drink contains aspartame, high fructose corn syrup, saccharin, sucralose, and acesulfame, potassium, think twice before eating it. It's already kind of a giveaway. If you're not able to fully pronounce all of the words, it might not be great to eat. So these are all different names for sugars that are hidden in the foods and beverages that we consume every day. If you find that you need your food or drinks to be more sweet, you can consider using stevia or other natural sweeteners. Stevia is a natural sweetener that is derived from the leaves of a stevia plant. It has 0 calories and it's 10 times sweeter than artificial sweeteners and regular sugar. Some of the other natural sweeteners are monk fruit, dates or date syrup, honey, maple syrup, and coconut sugar. Snacking is okay. Actually, snacking can boost our metabolism and stop us from overeating. Snacking on small healthy foods can be great for us and be great for our focus and concentration as well. When snacking, try to eat mindfully and plan ahead. Consider snacks that will boost your nutrient intake for the day. Choose fresh options like snap peas, carrots, peppers, and cucumber. Make sure you're paying attention to portion sizes when snacking because it can be very easy to overeat. If you would rather a chip or a puff, You can get a baked chip or a veggie chip or a veggie puff to satisfy your craving. Chips are often deep fried, which adds fats and oils to our daily intake. Just be sure to read the nutrition facts label on any packaged snacks. Some snacks have more than one serving in a small bag, and we tend to eat the whole bag in one sitting, not realizing that there's actually 2 or 3 servings in there. So try setting aside the amount that you want to have before you start eating to make sure that you do not overeat. Looking at the nutritional facts label can be confusing at first, so just try to take it one step at a time. Look for servings per container, which is the total number of servings in the food package or the container. It's common for foods and beverages to have more than one servings in the package, so consider reading it before you consume it. Then look for the serving size, which is the portion of food that's referenced on the nutritional label. The recommended amount to be eaten. Then look at the calories and figure out what works best for your daily intake. A good rule of thumb is to consume 2,000 calories per day, but it may be higher or lower depending on your age, gender, height, weight, and amount of physical activity you get. Talk to a healthcare provider about your caloric intake, what your caloric intake should be, if you do not already know. Next, look for the daily value percentage. The percentage is a guide to the nutrients in one serving of food. So for example, if the label lists that it's 10% calcium, then that serving is going to give you 10% of the calcium you need for the day. Another good rule of thumb to follow is the 5% to 20% rule. Eating every serving size, you'll want to make sure that you eat within this range. So if the serving size is 5% to 20%, you're safe. If it's anywhere higher than 20%, you may not want to eat it, just because we don't want to give ourselves too much of the nutrients for our day. We want to say yes to foods that rank high in dietary fiber, calcium, vitamin D, and potassium. And we want to say no to foods that rank higher in saturated fat, sodium, added sugars, and trans fat. When you are at the grocery store shopping, a good rule of thumb is to make a list and stick with it. Oftentimes we are tempted by the grocery store, especially if we are hungry, and we buy things that we do not need. Try shopping the perimeter of the store where fresh fruits, vegetables, dairy, meat, and fish usually are. Avoid center aisles where junk food lurks. Buying fruit instead of candy, ice cream, or baked goods. Fruit is like nature's candy, and the sugar is natural, which means that it's digested better and slower to keep us fuller longer, unlike sugars in candies and baked goods. Consider buying dried fruit, which has a little bit more sugar than fresh fruit, but still many nutrients that are important for your body. Dried fruits mixed with nuts are a great healthy snack that can fill you up for a long time. Try to spend most of the time in the produce section, which is actually the largest section of the shopping stores. So try to choose a rainbow of colorful fruits and vegetables and incorporate that into snack time and meal time. If you can't get to the grocery store often enough to have fresh fruits and vegetables, try buying frozen fruits and vegetables. This is a convenient way to fill the produce gap. Buying leaner meats or skinless poultry to increase nutrients and decrease fats and sodium. Try limiting packages or convenience food that is pre-made. Although this food makes life easier some days, they are packed with sodium. You can use the nutritional facts label to help you choose the lower sodium version of your favorite things. Many foods have a lot of added salt, and we sometimes add more when we cook. So it may be beneficial to look for low sodium or no sodium options. Try not to tempt yourself with buying any junk food. Only buy things that you want to be eating. So we want to be eating healthier, so we're going to be buying healthier things. Having junk food in your home will only make it harder to choose that healthier option, and it will make it easier to cheat. So take a look at the nutrition information for each food option. What choice for chicken would be the more nutritious option, the grilled chicken or the breaded chicken patty? If you want to write your answer in the chat box, you can feel free to do that. Just take a minute and look at this and compare. And then we come to find that the grilled chicken would be the best option because it's lower in calories, it's higher in protein, and it's lower in saturated fat. So all of these things have a great deal at making grilled chicken the healthier option, and you get more of the chicken. So now look at the bread. Which option would be the most nutritious? The whole grain bread or the white bread? And after reading over the nutrient facts, we see that the whole grain bread would be the best option because it is lower in calories, lower in carbohydrates, it's higher in fiber, and it's higher in protein. Many people may not be familiar with what a serving is, so I just wanted to show you what a serving of common foods that we eat look like. So it looks like 1 slice of bread, a half cup of cooked rice or pasta, 1 cup of raw leafy vegetables, half cup of cooked vegetables, half cup of frozen fruit, a 4th cup of dried fruit, 1 cup of fat-free milk or yogurt, 3 ounces of beef or chicken, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and a half cup of black beans. So just try thinking about if you already eat like this in serving sizes, or if you maybe eat a little bit more of your favorite food than you should be. So I see some of you responding that you picking the grilled chicken and the whole grain bread, and that's awesome. I'm so glad that you guys can tell the difference between what has more nutrients and what doesn't. Thank you for doing that. So here are some fresh meal and snacking options that may pique your interest. So we have an apple and peanut butter, celery and peanut butter or cream cheese, frozen grapes, raw veggies and hummus, trail mix, we have rice cakes, dried fruit, popcorn, grilled pineapple, guacamole and veggies, dates and almond butter, steamed edamame, oatmeal, apple chips, lettuce wraps, and chocolate-covered strawberries. So just taking it one meal or one snack at a time as you begin to try making the best choice possible for yourself, just trying to make things that are healthy more fun and more enjoyable to eat. Any ideas that you have, feel free to write them in the chat box. If there's a fresh snack that you like to have that wasn't mentioned, feel free to share it with us. We could all use some more options. So planning your meals ahead of time so that you do not give into cravings. When you have a plan, it's way easier to, it's less easy to be swayed and convinced to eat something that might be unhealthy. So stick with your plan. This will help you to learn portion control because you'll be making and measuring out your food ahead of time. And it will also help you save money and save time. So if you ever feel like your eyes are too big for your stomach, planning meals will help with this. It will help you save time during the weekdays because you already have a meal ready to go. And although cooking nice home-cooked meals can be fun, it does take a long time with the prep and then the cooking and then the cleanup. So planning can also save you money because you know ahead of time what you'll be cooking. So when you make your grocery list, you won't overspend on groceries because you'll know exactly what foods you'll need. And this will also help you stop wasting food. So if you realize that like every week you're throwing out the same vegetables or the same fruit, just try to plan maybe a little bit better so that you avoid wasting any food. It will also help you avoid spending money on eating out because you will already have a meal ready, and this will make you stress less and will help you find more pleasure in your meals. And try preparing a week's worth of meals on the weekends so that you have meals readily available for when you may be too busy to cook. But please do not skip a meal. Skipping a meal is not beneficial, even if you feel like you've overate all day long. Skipping meals will provoke the body to hold on to more fat the next time you eat because it will be unsure when the next time you'll replace its energy again. It stores fat to ensure that the energy can be used in case you do not fuel it with more. So your body requires food for fuel, so if you skip a meal, you'll feel more lazy and sluggish. Skipping a meal causes your metabolism to slow down, which can lead to weight gain, and then your blood sugar will decrease, causing your mind to be foggy or fatigued. Our brain uses glucose to run efficiently, and if there's not enough glucose, the body and the brain will not function at 100%. Try eating smaller or more frequent meals throughout the day, snacking on fruits or veggies that will boost your energy. Eating snacks that are high in protein and fiber will help you stay fuller for longer. And planning meals in advance will also help you not skip meals because you'll already have a balanced and nutritious meal ready for you. So take a moment and look at the image right here. I have another poll for everyone. So the question is, do you set your plate up like a healthy eating plate? So you can respond yes, no, sometimes, or other. Just here trying to get an idea of how folks set up their plates right now. A lot of times at different restaurants and just growing up in different families with different cultures, we tend to have different eating habits. So I'm just interested to see how much of us do follow a kind of healthy eating plate and how many of us just fill up on whatever we want, whatever we think is yummy. So take a few more moments to answer this. Great. So I'm going to share the results with you guys. So it looks like a good amount of us at least put a good effort into trying to have a nice healthy eating plate. So 35% responded yes, that they do set up their plate like this, which is awesome. 35% is a pretty good amount, so keep up the good work. 11% of people said that they do not set up their plate like this, and that's okay if you didn't know how to or why your food needs to be set up like this. Hopefully today you leave with a better understanding and hopefully put some effort into making a healthy food plate for your next meal. And then 54% of people said sometimes. And I think a lot of us fall into that range where, we try to eat healthy and we know what we have to do to eat healthy, but sometimes we just want to indulge, or it might be too difficult to follow this. So I completely understand. And this is hard, and it's not something that is going to come easy. So like I said in the beginning, just taking small steps to change to make a better, healthier lifestyle, maybe whether it's just following a healthy eating plate or making sure you have more vegetables on your plate than normal. Anything you can do to try to mimic a healthy eating plate. Thank you for voting and allowing me to share results. So society has taught us that we should have a big chunk of meat or protein and a side of vegetables and grains. However, our biggest chunk of food on our plate should be vegetables. Vegetables make up most of the nutrients that our body needs, and a healthy plate includes water, healthy oils, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy proteins. Some healthy oils are coconut oil, avocado oil, and canola oil. Try loading most of your plate up with vegetables of all colors, shapes, and sizes. Green leafy vegetables are a fabulous source of vitamins and minerals and fibers, and they're low in calories. Try drinking water with your meals. If you can't have water, try tea or seltzer with little or no sugar. Try purchasing whole grain breads and pastas and rice. Whole grains are less refined, which means they help keep you fuller longer. And when choosing a protein, choose fish, poultry, lean beef, tofu, beans, or nuts. Trying to mimic the portions of this healthy plate and see how you feel, if you feel more satisfied or fuller longer. Nutrition goes hand in hand with immunity. A poor diet can lead to a greater risk of bacterial and viral and other infections. However, if you experience chronic or severe infections, it can also lead to nutritional disorders. We can reduce our risk of infection and maintain good nutrition by eating whole foods with sensible portions and keeping our bodies hydrated. And now more than ever, we want to maintain a good immunity to fight off any infections that could come our way. So just taking small steps to help you lead a more healthy, nutrient-rich diet. If you feel like you may not be getting enough fruits and vegetables, you can try taking a multivitamin. Multivitamins can play a huge role in our overall health. Some folks have dietary restrictions that may lead them to not getting the right amount of nutrients, and vitamins will help giving you that what you're lacking from your diet. Vitamins can also help by protecting the body, producing energy, making collagen, and carrying oxygen through the body. So here are some substitutions that I have liked and that I've tried and that have helped me. So substituting in egg whites with instead of using whole eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein and carry many nutrients. However, the yolk of the egg is high in fats and calories. So like if you're making an omelet, you can use 1 or 2 whole eggs, but then maybe try to use 1 or 2 egg whites instead of using another whole egg. You'll still be consuming the healthy fats and calories that your body needs, but you'll be feeling full from all the nutrients and protein that the egg white offers. So just trying to switch that up a little bit. Some people take out egg yolks completely. Do what works best for your lifestyle. You can also try substituting turkey bacon for pork bacon. I know bacon is very delicious, but it does have a lot of fat and sodium that can make it not as healthy for some people. And although pork bacon has more protein than turkey bacon, if you're eating bacon with eggs, you probably are already getting enough protein, and you should consider the amount of sodium that has in the bacon. So the fat of the pork bacon is definitely adding on a lot more sodium. So turkey bacon would actually be the better option when you're having bacon and eggs. You can also try substituting whole grain breads and pastas for white grain breads and pastas. Whole grains are less refined, which means they keep you fuller longer. So you can look for things that say whole wheat, brown rice, buckwheat, oatmeal, quinoa, or wild rice. For example, you can try to order brown rice or whole wheat pasta when you're ordering out somewhere. You can also try substituting unsweetened applesauce instead of butter when you're baking. Many baked goods call for a lot of tablespoons of butter, but applesauce is a healthier option to give your baked good a very similar effect. This may sound a little crazy to you, but even if you just start by making a small change, like cutting the butter in half and doing like half butter and half applesauce, you may realize that baking can still be yummy and delicious, even using healthier ingredients. And avoid fried foods. So eating fried foods, they are high in calories, trans fat, and sodium. Fried foods have been linked to many health problems like obesity, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. So try eating baked foods or grilled foods instead. Like we saw in the chicken, the grilled chicken was the healthier option than the breaded chicken. So you can take a look at the image on the screen. Here you'll see a wide variety of foods that have made this, they've made this pyramid to show that things that you should be eating the most start at the bottom in the bigger spaces, and the things that you should be eating less of are at the top. They also add fitness at the bottom to remind us how important it is to keep our bodies fit in order to have good health and to manage your weight. You can use this as a guide to help you when you're grocery shopping, like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, healthy oils, and healthy proteins like nuts, beans, fish, and chicken should make it into the shopping cart every week, along with yogurt or milk if desired. And this image will also portray multivitamins, which is a reminder that getting all the nutrients in our body is important. And using the food pyramid will help you when you're trying to determine portion sizes as well. You'll want to use more of what's on the bottom and less of what's on the top. So Jack LaLanne was an American fitness and nutrition guru who described himself as a sugarholic and a junk food junkie until he was 15. He turned his life around by focusing on his nutrition and exercise. He said that exercise is king and nutrition is queen. Together you have a kingdom. So it's really important to bring nutrition and exercise together. So we want to try creating a workout plan for yourself. Maybe it can look something like every Monday you walk around the block, Tuesdays you dance, Wednesdays you go for a bike ride, Thursday do yoga, and Friday take a jog. Building this plan will allow you to have some structure for your exercises and create a schedule to help yourself get prepared for the day. If you can, try to work out around the same time every day so that your body can get used to this schedule. Working out at different times of the day is fine as well. Just getting your body moving, doing something you enjoy is great to fit into any day. Keep an exercise log to track your progress. It can be hard to see progress right away, but keeping a log of the activity you did and how long you did will allow you to see the hard work that you're putting in, and it'll also help you when you plan ahead for your workouts during the week. Review what worked well for you and what you enjoyed, and then add that into your workout plan. And just be sure to allow room for rest, because we know how important rest is for recovery. Some days you might not feel like exercising, and that's okay. Just honor that in your body, and keeping that in your log will give you a good idea of when taking rest days works best for you. Another thing you can consider is taking the stairs. This burns 7 times more calories than taking the elevator. And taking the stairs can relieve tension and stress, and it can also help tone leg muscles. If you do not have the use of your legs or you use mobility devices, try taking the long route to burn extra calories and work on your upper body strength. Another great thing to try are mini workouts. Throughout the day, we all have some downtime. So whether you're working or watching TV or cooking or baking or cleaning, you can build in a mini workout. For instance, every 30-minute program on television has 8 minutes of commercials. So during each commercial, you can try to do 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, or even while you're waiting for your food to be done, try 5 squats or 5 crunches. Just building in these mini workouts are great, especially for the days that we can't get outside, or maybe we don't feel like exercising. Short bursts of workouts are very effective, and may be easier for you to build into your day rather than waking up early or starting a workout plan. Sofa squats are great for when you're watching TV or you have a commercial break to get your body moving. The sofa squat will strengthen your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and hip flexors. And when you do this, just keep your core tight and your back straight, and start with your legs straight and your arms out forward. Start bending your knees, keeping your arms forward, your back straight, your abs engaged. Don't curve your back and don't start with your legs bent. Form is really important because we don't want to injure ourselves while we're trying to make ourselves stronger. And push-ups are a great way to build upper body strength as well as core strength. Push-ups are a compound exercise, which is an exercise that uses multiple muscle groups at a time. It has some sneaky cardio as well. Push-ups aren't often our first thought when we think of a cardio exercise, but push-ups can raise our heart rate enough to get some cardio involved. Push-ups can stretch your back muscles, which tend to get tight once we've been sitting for long periods of time. And it can also improve our posture because our body is building the muscles that can help with our form and posture. A great thing about push-ups is that you can feel the result of your exercise immediately after you do it. Your arm muscles will feel stronger and more energized right after the workout. If you're not able to do push-ups, try placing your knees on the ground and doing a push-up this way. The more you do it, the sooner you'll be able to straighten your legs. Knee raises are very easy and can be done anywhere. Try thinking when you're in the kitchen cooking or talking to your family or housemates, you can try this exercise. Hold on to something sturdy like a chair or a countertop and raise your knee up to the level of your hip or however high it might go, and then release it back down to the ground. Alternating legs, performing 20 repetitions on each side or however many you want. This exercise works our abdominals and obliques and also improves our balance. When you first start this, you'll want to hold on to something, but over the next few weeks of practicing this, you may feel comfortable enough to do this without holding on to anything. Planking is a great exercise that requires no equipment except for a strong mind. And this workout can be challenging at first, but with practice, you'll start to build strength in your core. Planks can aid in reducing back pain because it strengthens the muscles in the back, also making it a great exercise to enhance posture. And to do this, you will get into a push-up position and bring your forearms down to the ground. You can keep your palms flat on the ground or interlock your hands, making a straight line from your heels to your head by keeping your torso straight and tight. Try not to let anything sag or bend. And gaze at the floor so you do not hold tension in your neck, and remember to breathe. Dancing is a great way to get your body moving. Dancing raises endorphin levels, which is a chemical in our brain that minimizes pain and maximizes pleasure. You can burn up to 300 calories by dancing to an hour of your favorite songs. Dancing uses our stabilizer muscles, which are muscles that aren't directly involved in the workout, but the muscles to keep you stable and steady while performing the workout. These muscles are important so that we are more balanced and coordinated. Dancing also improves the circulation and boosts self-esteem. Most times you don't end a dance party feeling worse than you did when you started one. Yoga is defined as the calming of the fluctuations of the mind. Basically, it means to calm down restless thoughts and think clearly about one or a few things. Yoga has many benefits, like building immunity, which means helping your body stay healthy and fight off germs. When we stretch our muscles and move our body, it aids in our lymphatic system in fighting infections. And our lymph nodes are our immune system's first line of defense, so we definitely want to keep them working to the best of their ability. Yoga also strengthens and tones the body. Certain poses allow us to stretch muscles that we may not always use, and it can give us more strength in the muscles that we use every day. Yoga increases flexibility and mobility. And I know it can also help reduce cravings, which is huge for me right now. I know I've been craving a lot of things, so just trying to do yoga, and it reduces cravings for junk and sweets. Going for a walk is a great way to find exercise in your day. A 30-minute walk can decrease your stress, boost your metabolism, help to lower the risk of heart disease, improve balance and coordination, and help you maintain a healthy weight. You can also try taking a walk after a meal. This helps with digestion and feelings of being too full or bloated. Oftentimes our first instinct is to lay down and if we feel full, but a better idea would be to go on a walk. Even just 10 to 20 minutes of walking can aid in digestion, helping the feelings of being too full, and it can improve blood sugar levels. A study done in 2016 by Reynolds, Mann, Williams, and Venn, participants with type 2 diabetes found that their blood sugar levels were controlled after just 10 minutes of walking, and they found that the biggest differences took place when they walked after dinner. And this could be because our body's ability to manage blood sugar is at its weakest right after dinner. So if we're used to relaxing or going to bed, we should be doing the opposite, and it would help us build a healthy habit into our lives. Another great thing to do is stretching if your body feels stiff or sore. Stretching keeps your muscles flexible, strong, and healthy. Sometimes people skip stretching because they don't think they'll have time for it, but stretching does take time. Each stretch should be held for 20 to 30 seconds each. And just try to remember to breathe consciously while you're holding your stretch. This will increase your range of motion, and try giving yourself a break to stretch every 30 to 40 minutes throughout your day. You'll feel more alert, less tense, and more focused. This is a great thing to do right now since a lot of us are working from home, just kind of still making those breaks for us to get up and get our bodies moving. So then just wondering how you guys like to exercise. Feel free to add this in the chat. Here are just a few different options of what exercise might look like to you. If there is something you like to do that isn't on here, please feel free to share it with us. We love learning about different ways to stay active. And just remember to take things one step at a time, making small changes that can lead to a healthier life, like practical goals and setting yourself up for success and leaving room for celebration. So thank you all for tuning in today. I'm going to go over any questions now, and I will leave up this page for anyone who would like to reach out to me or who wants to find us on social media. All right, so we had some people who voted on the different foods. Great job. How much natural sugar is in the junk foods that most healthy foods are more unhealthy? So there are natural sugars in like whole foods, like fruits and vegetables, and they're going to be better for us than other sugars that are in packaged goods because our body is made to break down natural sugars better. If I didn't answer that question correctly, just reach out to me and I'll try to go over that with you. And the most people choose eating out are the most healthy. Is that true or false? And it can depend whether you're eating out or you're taking in on what you're getting. So it's good to cook your own meals because you know exactly what you're putting into them. But if you trust a restaurant and they're well known for being healthy and you order a healthy proportion meal, then you might be healthier going to eat out. It just depends on whether you want to cook or whether you want to order something healthy when you take out food. So I see someone said, cooking for myself, I don't mean a healthy, well-balanced diet. And it's really hard when you are cooking for yourself, but I just think it's important to remember that, you know, doing things like eating fruits and vegetables can be really fun, especially by yourself, because you can make a bunch of tasty treats that will last you a whole week, and you don't have to worry about any of your family members going and stealing them from you or your housemates. So just try to get yourself enthusiastic about changing your eating habits, and whether you're doing it alone or with someone, just making yourself excited about it should give you some motivation. And I see someone wrote that they walk their dog 2 to 3 times a day, which is awesome. I'm sure your dog loves that, and it's so great to get your body moving that often. Going for that many walks is great because you're also giving yourself that fresh air and that natural break for the day. So if I had the opportunity to walk my dog 2 to 3 times a day, I would do that too. That's an awesome thing to be doing. I see here someone said that they like to walk and dance. Walking and dancing are my favorite too. I also like yoga. And then I think that was all of the questions. So thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope that you got some useful information, some tips and tricks to guide you to a healthier lifestyle. If you have any questions or comments or anything you want to learn more about, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you about this. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.